Yo, Lou, how you always around, dude? How do you pull that off? Oh, pull that off. Yeah. This is supposed to be members only. I can't figure out how to make it members only on the live stream. So I guess it's not going to be members only. It only gives me the option of public, unless I could change it from my, let's see here. If you guys disappear, it's because I went members only. Members only. Oh, let's see. Members only. 99 cents to join. Give it to me, I'm worth it. Give it to me, I'm worth it. I'm gonna be doing more live members only stuff. So, all right. If you're not a channel member, much love. I love you. 99 cents. This is political stuff anyway. I don't know if you're into it. It's not cop related. So what happened? Who's still in here? Lou should be still be in here. Scrubzilla, Charlie should be in here. Fitzcam. So did that work? No, nothing happened. All right, so it's not a members only video. Forget what the title says. Here, let me fix the title for you guys. Not members only live stream. All right, let's save that. Over here it says that I'm live to members only, but okay, whatever. I got you. It's all good. Anyway, trying to build up my private thing. That way I don't have to rely on YouTube's BS. I can say whatever the F I want. I wouldn't say F right now if it was members only. Follow me? I'd be myself, like, as if you were here right in front of me. You, me, my cool new background, right? Uh, can you guys hear me at all now? Everything good? Thanks, David Johnson. Appreciate that, bro. Much love, much love. I'm figuring out now how to use this. Scrubzilla, man. I love you, bro. Anyone who's willing to give me 99 cents a month. That's all I can say. Only members are commenting now. You're not a member, are you, Constitutional Freedom Fighter? All good. Charlie Cruz. One love. Oh, maybe it is members only. Huh? I don't know, man. If you're in this chat room, say something. Oh, members and mods only. How do you know that, Lou? Cool. All right. I mean, I don't mean to be a PENIS, but I hate to do this for nothing. If Nancy Grace can get paid $5 million a year, and I have 250,000 subs, and 1% of them gives me $1, come on, people, give it to me. I'm worth it. Anyway, Vivek Ramaswamy. Vivek Ramaswamy. They say Vivek like cake. I say Vivek like steak. He's a 38-year-old man. He's a 100 millionaire, billionaire, depending on the stock market. He created life-saving medicines for children. He's very smart, very intellectual, uh, knows how to cut down morons that are trying to gaslight him. And I'm about to go through a long video where first thing I want to show you is, let's share my screen here. As you see right here, this video, it's called TYT Lies a Lot, the John Felix report. This was in 2013, I believe, where they make up a bunch of crap about guns. They know nothing about guns. I can't believe these guys are still around and still making news because they're garbage. Just so I want to show that because I'm going to now. Vivek's wonderful, man. Thanks, Jeff Sargent, man. Appreciate you. So now I know how to do it. I got to go in here, go live unlisted, go to members only, switch over, do back, do a somersault, smack it up, flip it, rub it down, and then I can go live. Oh no. So you see, I made a video about them. Link in the description. In 2013, and I've been ragging on these guys since 2012 at least. Now, I want to show you today's video. Present, share screen. Don't show me this crap again. All right. So, I can't see this. I can't see the chat while I'm watching that video, so I'm going to play it. I'm going to be commenting. Oh, Lou's not a mod? How do I do that? Lou. 3 dots. Put user in timeout, ban user, and delete comments. No. How about I give him a star? What's a star do? Oh, I gave David Johnson a star. So I gave you a star. Does that do something? What does that do? What's star mean? You're a shooting star. No matter what you are. You might want a wrench, but you got a star instead. Shamu, ham on, ham a whole wheat, or rye. How you guys like my new background? Constitutional freedom fighter. How come you don't have a logo? Scrubzilla, Oregon Rogue. Sure, Dave, you're a star too. I don't know what that means, man. Bless you. You're a shooting star, no matter what you are. Anyway, Stank Iger here, and what is her name? Anna Kasparian have Vivek on, and they don't like him because he's a Republican, supposedly, who wouldn't, under the circumstances, charge Trump. He said he would what do you call it? Not overthrow it, but nullify. What do presidents do? Pardon. He would pardon Trump. They're losing their mind. Every question they ask him revolves around Donald Trump. Trump, 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 Trump. And he calls them out so bad. Donkey punched the like. There you go. All right, how many people we got in here? Does it say? It says 0. Can't be 0. Anyway, I'm going to play this video. Let's see how much I can get through without interrupting.
Yes or no?
I don't think that's illegal. I do not think
you don't think that's
anything
illegal.
that's been laid out.
Okay, you don't value our democratic process. I mean, you just came on my show. You don't know my name. My name's Anna.
I don't actually. I thought I was talking to Cenk. What's your name? The level of obsession. I mean, the Trump derangement syndrome. It's really sad.
He's pulling at 59%, brother.
Pins and needles, pins and needles, pins and needles. Pins and needles, pins and needles.
Pulling at 7%. What do you mean a Trump derangement syndrome?
Welcome back to Rattlesnake TV, guys. Today we're going to be discussing the recent debate between Vivek Ramaswamy and Anna Cenk from the Young Turks. Now, there are many interesting and crazy things happening around the world at the moment. So the last thing you would expect is for these journalists to be begging for an orange man bad moment this entire interview, right? I wish it was so. Let's get into it.
You said that you would pardon Donald Trump on these unjust charges. So if you pardon him on taking national secrets without permission, not returning them, lying to the FBI, etc., does that mean that Joe Biden is allowed to do the same thing? That he could just take national secrets, show them to anyone he likes, even after he's president, he could just take the documents, bring them home, show them to anyone he likes, and maybe other people too, anyone who's got access to national secrets. Can they just show them to everyone? Or is it just a special privilege that Donald Trump gets to have because you like him?
Well, it is whether you like the law or not, I believe in this thing called the law. And the law does give what's that?
I say I'd love to see it because Donald Trump has broken about a dozen laws and you'd say you'd pardon him on every one of those criminal actions.
Oh, he has? So he's not innocent until proven guilty? And your law degree is from where? And no one on the screen has a law degree, but one guy is a self-made man. I guess Stank is self-made, but he's had a ton of donors. Anyway, he can't even complete a sentence without this moron saying something.
Well, so okay,
I think part of the reason why is that those laws that are alleged to be broken, I don't believe have been broken here. If I did believe that and believe it was definitive, then I wouldn't adopt the position that I do. Every case brought against him levels a novel legal theory never before used. So for the particular case that you asked about, and I believe in getting into details, details matter. If you're going to convict somebody criminally, yes, the details doggone well matter. So the Presidential Records Act explicitly lays out the criteria for what documents a prior president is and is not able to access. If you don't like the law, change the law. But part of the reason is that we already entrust the US president with making all kinds of incredible judgments, whether or not to use nuclear weapons on down. So yes, that same president we do entrust when leaving office with access to those same records. The judges have interpreted it, and even in the Clinton sock drawer case, as it related to Bill Clinton, revealing undoubtedly classified information afterwards, a judge explicitly came down on interpreting that statute. So I've laid this out in detailed articles in the Wall Street Journal and elsewhere, but why am I bothering talking about it as opposed to legal scholars elsewhere? Let them debate it. My job is to unite this country.
Correct. Why are we talking about Trump still? He hasn't been president in years. You're trying to lock him up. You could lock up every president since I was alive in my lifetime for some type of crime, unconstitutional act, law break. That's what they do, is break laws. That's why you need to vote them out, first of all. And if that don't work, push them out. They got to go. This left versus right crap is just a game. It's nonsense. You got to look past that. And in 2008, there was 13 people on the ballot. You only got to hear about 2. Mathematically, Obama had a 1-in-13 chance objectively. And so did his opponent. I think it was McCain, had a 1-in-13 chance. But the media came out that year and made Obama sound like the second coming of Christ. If that's not election tampering, I don't know what is.
And I do not think it sets a good precedent when the president of the United States and the Justice Department under him uses police force to indict its political opponents in the middle of an election and then issue gag orders to say that that opponent during the presidential election can't even talk about that relevant set of issues. I just don't think that's a good precedent, and I don't want to see that in one direction or the other. That's wrong.
Do you believe it's a good precedent to implement a slate of fake electors to overturn the results of our democratic
Does anybody understand what she's saying when she says fake electors? I honestly don't know.
process and go against the will of the American voters?
Guys, if you're enjoying this video and if you don't mind taking a second out of your day to leave a thumbs up just below there, it would help me enormously to get this out to many people. And also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, if you're new.
So Rattlesnake TV, he put this together. Thank you, dude. Good job.
New here, or if you've just been thinking, not sure about this guy, what are you waiting for? Back to the clips.
So look, I think that there were serious issues that need to be discussed relating to election integrity. However, I would not have made those same judgments that Donald Trump did. This, though, belongs to the voters. This is a judgment for the voters of this country, not a judgment for a justice system that lands people in prison as its ultimate goal, especially political opponents. I just think that's bad for the United States of America.
Okay.
Pins and needles, pins and needles. Does anyone have a problem with me playing this at 1.5 speed? Comment now, because I don't have 2 monitors to see the comments and watch the video. I do like this layout thing though, man. It's pretty cool. They hyped up Obama like no, oh my God, he was the Messiah. You ain't kidding, man. You ain't kidding either. What coin do you have, Ryan? What coin are you talking about? Constitutional freedom fighter. You're the only one that doesn't have a green thing next to their name. How's that work? Do what you like. Do how you like. So I'm playing at 1.5 speed if you guys don't mind. Cool, man. Thanks. Thanks for all your correspondence. I don't know how many of you are in here, like 9, 10? Bless you though, man, for being paid subscribers. You deserve something extra, that's for sure. Oh, he's a mod. Oh, okay. How's he a mod? Who made him a mod? Run it. All right, here we go. Sorry. He's like, shut up and run it, dude. It's a long video. Let's go. Ambient. What? No. All right, people. Here we go.
So leave it to the voters. Trust the voters to make the decision of who governs, instead of trying to take it out of the voters' hands. And I don't think that should be a controversial idea.
Yeah, it's definitely controversial because what you're saying is
leaving it to the voters is controversial.
No, not that. Hold on.
When the former president broke laws, including going against the will of the American voters by implementing a slate of fake electors, which were noted as such in memos passed around within the Trump campaign. They were referred to as fake and fraudulent electors by Trump's co-conspirators. That is part of the evidence. Another piece of evidence that I think is compelling, to say the least, is that they had fake electors.
Anyone know what she's talking about? Fake electors? I don't know. I don't really understand that.
In the state of New Mexico, which had absolutely no pending litigation in regard to election fraud.
Legal system, and if you want to go into the details of this, the First Amendment absolutely protects, and courts have held this for a long time, dating back to a case called Alvarez. I think it was in 2012, that political officials, including candidates for election, unfortunately, like it or not, have the First Amendment right not to tell the truth. That's just a fact. It's not something that we should.
So Donald Trump was lying. So Donald Trump was lying.
That's for the courts to decide. But what
then he should be tried. If it's for the courts to decide, and we live in a country of laws, and he's being charged with a very important criminal act, why do you get to decide instead of the court system and say, oh, just let him off? Who cares what that is?
Because nobody else has been charged under the same set of facts.
Because no one else tried to do a coup against America with a fake electoral scheme. Do you know a second person who's ever
a coup? So he tried to take the government over, is what Stank is trying to say. A coup.
been accused of that?
We've had contested elections dating back to the late 1800s in this country.
Yeah, but no one ever did fake electors and tried to do a coup, Vivek. So are you saying, because this is really important, because good for the goose is
I need to look up fake electors.
good for the gander. So you're saying Joe Biden on his way out can take any national secrets and show them to anyone he likes. He can, maybe you can even sell them, whatever. He can just take them. Who cares? And hold on.
Pretty clear about this.
Okay.
Sell them.
Okay. All right. But if Donald Trump is charged with selling them, are we allowed to try him then, or do we just have to let him go no matter what he's charged with?
We're going to be on for most of an hour, so I think it's just important for you to understand something about me. I care about the details. Facts actually matter. I don't care about
the details
random
as well.
jousting.
And you
No, you really don't, because he's about to shred you guys.
just implemented.
Quote Vivek, I care about the facts, not just random jousting of verbal diarrhea. Well said, sir. Imagine getting a presidential candidate.
And so let me go back here. He cares about the facts, and she cuts him off and just keeps steamrolling. Watch.
We're going to be on for most of an hour, so I think it's just important for you to understand something about me. I care about the details. Facts actually matter. I don't care about
the details
random
as well.
jousting.
And you just implemented.
Quote Vivek, I care about the facts, not just random jousting of verbal diarrhea. Well said, sir. Imagine getting a presidential candidate on your show and then asking them a question and then interrupting them and screaming at them with your emotionally unhinged Trump derangement syndrome rants. Like Vivek said, nobody else has been tried under these facts. And honestly, I find it inexcusable and just pathetic that these pundits will sit there and cheer as a president is prosecuted. They are so attached to the idea of Orange Man bad that they're willing to just look past and make excuses for all of the heinous corruption if it just means that their enemy is punished. I mean, the relentless media campaigns and smears against Trump, the Russia collusion narrative, the Hunter Biden laptop story being hidden, and all of the inconsistencies with the 2020 election, which President Biden definitely won. He definitely got the most votes in American history, 81 million, more than 81 million, because he is just that guy. He's just so popular. It makes all
Joe Biden got 81 million votes. 81 million votes. Joe Biden. Brandon.
Anna and Cenk from the Young Turks. Now, there are many interesting and crazy things happening around the world at the moment. So the last thing you would expect is for these journalists to be begging for an Orange Man bad moment this entire interview, right? I wish it was so. Let's get into it.
You said that you would pardon Donald Trump on these unjust charges. So if you pardon him on taking national secrets without permission, not returning them, lying to the FBI, et cetera, does that mean that Joe Biden is allowed to do the same thing? That he could just take national secrets, show them to anyone he likes? Even after he's president, he could just take the documents, bring them home, show them to anyone he likes, and maybe other people too, anyone who's got access to national secrets. Can they just show them to everyone? Or is it just a special privilege that Donald Trump gets to have because you like him?
Well, it is whether you like the law or not, I believe in this thing called the law. And the law does give what's that?
I said, I'd love to see it because Donald Trump has broken about a
Records Act.
What the hell happened there? Sorry.
Detailed articles in the Wall Street Journal and elsewhere. But why am I bothering talking about it as opposed to legal scholars elsewhere? Let them debate it. My job is to unite this country. And I do not think it sets a good precedent when the president of the United States and the Justice Department under him uses police force to indict its political opponent.
Results of our democratic process and go against the will of the American voters.
Guys, if you're enjoying this video and if you don't mind taking a second out of your day to be waiting for, back to the clips.
So look, I think that there were serious issues that need to be discussed relating to election integrity. Opponents. I just think that's bad for the United States of America.
Okay.
So leave it to the voters. Trust the voters to make.
Going against the will of the American voters by.
You go into the details of this. The First Amendment absolutely protects.
Then he should be tried. If it's for the courts to decide, and we live in a country of laws, and he's being charged with a very important.
Sorry about that.
Important criminal act. Why do you get to decide instead of the court system and say, oh, just let him off? Who cares what that is?
Because nobody else has been charged under the same set of facts.
Because no one else tried to do a coup against America with a fake electoral scheme. Do you know a second person who's ever been accused of that?
We've had contested elections dating back to the late 1800s in this country.
Yeah, but no one ever did fake electors and tried to do a coup, Vivek. So are you saying, because this is really important, because good for the goose is good for the gander. So you're
A coup.
Saying it's Joe Biden on his way out can take any national secrets and show them to anyone he likes. He can maybe you could even sell them, whatever. He can just take them. Who cares?
And
hold on.
Very clear about this.
Okay.
Sell them.
Okay. All right. But if Donald Trump is charged with selling them, are we allowed to try him then, or do we just have to let him go no matter what he's charged with?
We're going to be on for most of an hour, so I think it's just important for you to understand something about me. I care about the details. Facts actually matter. I don't care about
the details
random
as well.
jousting.
And you just implemented.
Just completely cut him off there.
Quote Vivek, I care about the facts, not just random jousting of verbal diarrhea. Well said, sir. Imagine getting a presidential candidate on your show and then asking them a question and then interrupting them and screaming at them with your emotionally unhinged Trump derangement syndrome rants. Like Vivek said, nobody else has been tried under these facts. And honestly, I find it inexcusable and just pathetic that these pundits will sit there and cheer as a president is prosecuted. They are so attached to the idea of Orange Man bad that they're willing to just look past and make excuses for all of the heinous corruption if it just means that their enemy is punished. I mean, the relentless media campaigns and smears against Trump, the Russia collusion narrative, the Hunter Biden laptop story being hidden, and all of the inconsistencies with the 2020 election, which President Biden definitely won. He definitely got
81 million votes.
The most votes in American history, 81 million, more than 81 million, because he is just that guy. He's just so popular. It makes
15 million more than Barack.
all the sense, especially after watching Dinesh D'Souza's film 2000 Mules. And I don't know if anybody really watches the Young Turks in any serious way.
You guys seen 2000 Mules?
Anymore. I mean, I'm sure they've got their audience, but you read through the comments on these videos, if you just go from the newest comments, and 90% of them are all in favor of Vivek. Getting ratioed like that in your own comments really says something. And their title is Cenk and Anna Destroy Vivek. And I mean, this is YouTube.
Talk about upside down world. They're getting shredded, and they say they destroyed him.
So clickbait is a must. But if you're going to do the clickbait, you must make sure that you deliver on it and exceed expectations, or else people won't click again. If by destroy Vivek they meant cry about Donald Trump, then sure, but I don't think that's what they meant. And now let's watch Anna interrupt Vivek and then yell at him 2.5 seconds later for interrupting her.
For most of an hour, so I think it's just important for you to understand something about me. I care about the details. Facts actually matter. I don't care about
the details
random
as well.
jousting.
And you just implemented a law having to do with political speech of a president and extended it to the actions of the president. If the actions of the president are criminal, he should be held to the same. Excuse me, I'm still speaking. Can you please let me finish my statement? Okay. With the actions of the president happen to be illegal actions.
Excuse me, I'm speaking, and I cut you off fair and square. Now you can't do that to me.
Especially in the context of our democratic process. You genuinely believe that that individual should not be held accountable for what he engaged in. You think that any former sitting president of the United States could attempt to steal elections, can attempt to implement fake electors, and go against the will of the American people. Is that what you're arguing here?
I just want to address you correctly. What's your name?
I mean, you just came on my show. You don't know my name? My name's Anna.
I don't actually. I thought I was talking to Cenk. What's your name?
Oh, what a blow to the ego there, buddy.
My name is Anna.
Anna, good. No, we're going to be chatting for a while. I just wanted to address you conversation.
Should have prepared for the interview ahead of time.
Well, Anna, you guys invited me on your show. I'm making some time for you guys. I'm happy to.
Yeah, he's making time for you, dummy. Show some respect.
The open debate. Let's get some facts actually straight here.
I thought you were detail-oriented. I don't know. Just you're the
I didn't mean that as a personal affront, and I promise you, and I'm looking forward to getting into substance with you. So the reality is you're making an assertion that he broke the law. And then everything that you're doing is working backwards, making a legal judgment on a complex legal theory that has never been brought against a defendant in American history. So that's a circular reasoning. It's a circular loop.
No, it's not, Vivek. That doesn't make any sense what you're saying. Vivek, we're not making...
Cenk telling someone that doesn't make any sense is laughable.
But
Vivek, you're going in circles. Hold on, let's be clear.
Nope.
So we're not making the assertion. Prosecutors are making that assertion. And you're saying, do not let the prosecutors do their job.
Prosecutors, probably the top 3 most corrupt people in this country. Cops, judges, prosecutors. Actually, it should be cops, prosecutors, judges, then politicians. And you guys can comment on who the 5th most corrupt people in this country are. I say cops first, then prosecutors, then judges, then politicians.
Job. Foreclose that. I don't want to discuss this. Hold on. Let me finish. So can Joe Biden do a fake elector scheme and just make up electors and declare himself president as Donald Trump wanted to do? And you admitted earlier he is lying. Donald Trump was lying. And so can Joe Biden lie and say, I've got fake electors, and I'll even call them fake electors, and then you're not allowed to prosecute them because you just said, that's it. No one's allowed to prosecute former presidents. Go ahead. So is Joe Biden allowed to do the same exact?
That's not what he said.
Let me just ask you guys a question, because I think I'm getting a sense for your command of the details here. Which case would you like to talk about? There are 4 pending cases.
Go ahead, fake electors. Is Joe Biden allowed to do the same
one
fake
of you is talking about documents, and one of you is talking
because he broke so many laws. But let's take with fake electors. Go ahead.
Because he
Which one would you like to discuss?
Fake electors. Go ahead.
Yeah. So There is no crime here that can be charged. That's the answer. There's no relevant crime. Now, can voters take this into account when determining who their next president is? Absolutely. That's exactly how our process works. But our Constitution has a process that has been followed, and it was followed here. And the US president, absolutely, even if he's the outgoing president, has an opportunity to share his opinion, even if those opinions are not true. And if that's found in a court of law, I don't have a view on that, but that's what the allegations are.
That's what a court of law is, Vivek, but you're saying we're not allowed to go to a court of law.
I'm not saying that you're not allowed to. I'm saying that I would pardon him because
He's not saying you're not allowed to go to the court of law. The law allows the president to pardon people. That's also the law.
I think that these do not match the actual law that the Supreme Court has held applying to these set of facts. I think it's a bad judgment for the U.S. Justice Department to bring this case because it divides the country and it
Hannah is just smoldering inside.
sets an awful precedent that will now be used going forward for years unless we do something about it. Unless it takes a leader who actually unites this country. This is the new precedent in the United States of America. The new precedent is the party in power will look at who the opponent is and throw the legal statute book at them.
Can you guys hear me? I hope in this video.
That's not how it's supposed to work. You're supposed to find a crime and then decide whether or not you want to prosecute it according to the same standards you use for every American. That is not what's happening here. And there's little doubt that if Donald Trump were not running for president, they would not have brought these charges. So I think that if you ask me, does this move towards uniting the country or not? I think it does not. I think it moves towards dividing the country, which is why I have been clear. Even though I'm running against Donald Trump, I would pardon him if I'm elected president because that will move this nation forward. And I do not think that we should be guided by vengeance and grievance against one man. I do not think that that helps the United States of America. That's why I'm in this race. And that's why I clearly answer your question. You asked me, why would I pardon? That's why I would pardon.
And just to be clear, you have absolutely no problem with the Trump campaign implementing fake electors in the state of New Mexico, which had no pending litigation in regard to election fraud. You're okay with that?
There is a difference between
Answer
when I've made the same judgments.
Yes or no?
I don't think that's illegal. I do not think,
you don't think that's
anything
illegal.
that's been laid out.
Okay, you don't value our democratic process. Great to hear it.
Anything that's laid out.
Dude, the hubris and the arrogance on these two for so many years is just ridiculous.
Has been a violation of the law. That's what I believe.
That's amazing. Okay, all right.
The difference between these left and right
Oh, okay, all right.
alternative media
You have a different opinion. Oh my God.
platforms and shows in terms of viewing experience is just night and day. If you go and look at a Daily Wire or a Valuetainment production, and then you go and look at a Young Turks or a Majority Report production, the difference in demeanor and professionalism and just overall quality for that matter is very apparent. Firstly, not only do they not know when to shut up and let their guests speak,
Correct.
they don't know when to let each other speak. And I think it's pretty
Correct.
clear that they don't have a very good
But when they do speak, they sound like imbeciles with a narrative they pre-created to try to trap him, and it didn't work.
dynamic. I mean, they're both emotional hotheads, and it would be much better if one of them was more of a cool head. And then Vivek comes in with the old, what is your name? I mean, at least he didn't get a name
Ouch!
wrong and call her Doug or Charles. But I do find it a little bit hard to believe that he didn't know
Should have said, what's your name and what's your pronoun?
her name. I mean, she's a pretty prominent figure in this space, but who knows? But what we do know is that she was not impressed
Ooh, she's kind of sexy when she's looking mean. So I went to the animal clinic to get Blue's nuts chopped off. I guess it's good for them and helps them in the long run. And when I went to pay, there was a person there whose name was Francis who had gigantic boobs. And then underneath this person's name tag, it said he, him, a little button like you would get in like you get at a voting booth, a little button that said he, him. So there I'm sitting there stewing. And I was like, should I say, have a nice day, young lady, when I leave? Or should I just leave? And I just left and said, have a nice day. But no, you don't get to change languages like that and definitions. No.
by that. And she got on the defensive real quick. And now let's get into the part where they discuss Vivek's proposal for a civics test for young people who want to vote.
I'd like to disenfranchise voters between the ages of 18 and 25.
Wrong.
You want to increase the voting age to 25 years old. Why do you want to do that?
Well, I don't want to disenfranchise anybody.
Wrong.
But I do think that we need to revive civic duty in this country. So right now, I think we suffer a crisis. Anybody. But I do think that we need to revive civic duty in this country. So right now, I think we suffer a crisis of national pride in the United States of America. So the same logic that we apply to immigrants who want to come to this country, to say that you have to know something about the country before you vote in that country, I think it is fair to apply that same logic to somebody who turns 18 and acquires their citizenship that way. And if not that, then at least to serve the country in some minimal way. So if you ask me, are we better off or worse off as a nation if every high school senior has to pass the same civics test that every immigrant has to pass in order to become a voting citizen? I think that will make our country stronger. I think that will make our country more united. I think that will make our voting populace more informed, people more proud to be an.
So he wants people to be able to pass a civics test, know their rights, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, before they can vote. The same standard they hold foreigners too. Which reminds me of a story. Good thing this is uncensored because this might be boring. When I had the restaurant, I had a server, and I was talking about the Constitution back then. It was like 2009, and I was asking like the dishwashers and the other cook if they knew the Bill of Rights and what they were. And this girl, mind you, I'm in the middle of the woods in Central Florida. Very rural. The worst word in the English dictionary. Rural. Very rural area. And she goes out in the dining room and she tells the other waitress that she thinks me and my mom are illegal aliens. And then my server came and told me and starts laughing. And I said, why does she think that? And she says, because only people who are illegals know about the Constitution and Bill of Rights. What do you think that? What do you think about that? I sure hope you guys can still hear me.
An American. There was a 10-year-old girl who approached me in Iowa last week, having heard about this policy and some of the criticisms from the left and otherwise. She printed out the 100-question test. She scored 100%, 60% is a passing score. If a 10-year-old girl in Iowa can do it, yes, every high school senior can and should too. That's not a Republican idea or a Democrat idea. Now, I personally believe that voting rates amongst young Americans will actually skyrocket once we revive that sense of civic pride and civic duty. I also favor making Election Day a national holiday. We should make voting in this country a civic ritual, that it should mean something. It unites us to say that we take the time to know about our country, our Constitution, and then participate in our republic. And so I'm not saying you have to agree with me on that, but I do think that if you're not going to agree with me on that, then I challenge you to find a better idea, and I'm open to it myself, for how we revive that missing civic pride in our country. But one way or another, we're going to have to think outside of the existing box to do it, and that's part of where I'm leading the way.
So Vivek, I want to ask a follow-up on that. I have an idea that I've discussed on the show before. I think that after people leave high school, they can go to the military, Peace Corps, AmeriCorps, et cetera. I think it unites the country. So I understand I have a different idea.
I think that's interesting.
Okay, now in terms of the, you say they need to know civics, but you know that if you knew civics, that this country also has a history of poll taxes, literacy tests, et cetera, to specifically disenfranchise some voters. And so, and you know that the Republicans are losing under 25-year-old voters in a massive way, and that is absolutely clear based on the demographics and the polling information. So it looks really convenient that all of a sudden you don't want as many young voters, et cetera. But then here comes the question. So if we did your literacy test.
Is that a conspiracy theory you just whipped up in the last 30 seconds, Jank, really?
That's your civics test. And it turned out that 80% of Republicans don't pass it, but 60% of Democrats do pass it. So it's
So he's trying to say that people on the right would fail at a much higher rate than people on the left when it came to civics. I wish we could find out, but I honestly don't believe that.
Massive disadvantage for Republicans. You just can't get your ignorant young folks, it's hypothetical, ignorant young folks that are Republicans to pass any of these tests. Are you still okay with saying, no, 80% of Republican voters that are young, you can't vote because you're too ignorant?
I'm okay with it regardless. And I think that the reason we apply the standard is, think about the logic. The poll taxes, a lot of those were made with the explicit purpose of disenfranchising specific groups of people at a point in our national history when we were coming off of some inequitable treatment historically in the eyes of the law. Thankfully, we've moved forward this country many decades past where we were even in the civil rights movement. Now today, we do, I will remind you, there's a reason why we require every immigrant to this country to know those things before they vote. That's a good thing, by the way. I think that's important. But that same logic, if an immigrant has to know it in order to vote, I don't think it is wrong to say no matter what your skin color or what your political affiliation, you should know the same things about the country at minimum to vote.
Okay.
And to those for whom you say tests aren't everything, there's a separate point I've built in. 6 months of service to the country in a first responder role or a military role. But the point is, you've got to have some skin in the game, or else you really have no way to play in the game. I think English should be the only language at the voting box.
So Vivek, then if you don't know that there is no such thing as fake electors, then I guess we would disqualify almost all Republican voters, right?
Look, I think that you could
again with the attack on the right. Oh my God.
Take that civics test, see how you do. I challenge you to do it. My sense is, my guess, you probably do it pretty well.
I already took it. I'm a naturalized citizen, so yes, I
good. So
I crushed it. And I guarantee you, I would do a much better.
You yourself were an immigrant to this country. Great. Yes. My sense is that many people find this a little too frightening until they take a look at it.
Which is funny because if you're not a natural born citizen, you can't run for president. And Cenk is running for president, and he's found a loophole through the law that's been around for 247 years. He's found a loophole that says no, he can be president even though he wasn't born here.
And then you say, hey, if somebody's voting for president of the United States, do we think it's important that they know what branch of government the US president leads? I think most people think that's a legitimate thing.
I don't think Donald Trump knows that. Are you positive Donald Trump would pass your test? He took a demand.
Yeah, with Donald Trump. That's all, dude. This is not objective news. This is straight garbage. And again, Anna's over there smoldering, just champing at the bit, trying to get in there.
I should test. I thought it was an IQ test. He thinks you can suspend the Constitution for no reason. He thinks you can do martial law. I'm sorry, that's the greatest president of the 21st century.
Yeah. I think I'm interested in the future of the country, but I'm not interested in particularly psychoanalyzing another individual who seems to be
exactly
your obsession for the day.
No,
when
but it's your obsession. I don't know why you're even running. Yes,
he says it's their obsession, and they dare to say no, it's your obsession. No, you're the ones who created and crafted every question around Donald Trump and the Republicans. What are you talking about? You're not objective journalists by any stretch of the imagination.
So when you say he's the greatest,
it's so funny that how Cenk was trying to.
I don't even like Donald Trump. He caused more problems in Israel. He also said that take their guns first and then give them due process.
Do this like tongue-in-cheek diss of Republicans, essentially saying that the young Republicans are the ignorant ones and that such a test would actually favor the young Democrats, which is just such a laughable claim. I mean,
that is laughable.
Just look at the activist groups amongst young people. What do the young conservatives do? They go and join up with a TPUSA chapter, or they're involved with the Young Americas Foundation. What do the left-wing activists do? They start a BLM chapter or an LGBTQ rights march. They protest against fundamental Christian American values and in favor of other random countries. Now, which of these groups do you think is more likely to excel at a civics test? It's just a complete and utter no-brainer. And here's another pretty simple test that we're actually seeing right in front of us. One side is arguing for young Americans to be able to know the basics about their country, and the other side is arguing against it. And no doubt, there's definitely a little bit of get these young university activists out of the voting pool going on. And to be honest, if they can't pass a civics test, then good idea. Who would want a 19-year-old university activist with pink hair voting who doesn't know when the country was founded and would like to see open borders and socialism?
Not me, said the flea.
This girl's right there, just ate the Amsource flyer.
I like democracy, guys, but it has its flaws. Just ask Plato. And now let's watch the final part, where Vivek beautifully calls these guys out on their Trump derangement syndrome.
One of the issues that was reported on widely during the Trump administration was how he was directing official government business to Trump properties and then inflating the prices of the hotel stays for government officials and members of the military in order to pad his pockets. Did you at all have a problem with that?
So have those facts been reported in the same way that these other facts have been? I don't know. My question, though, and my answer is, I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat, you should not use your government connections to make money, period. And so what does that mean? 10-year ban on lobbying? I favor it. If you leave the government, you should not be able to lobby the government for more than 10 years.
If we found out that the Saudis...
So you answered your question and then made a good counterpoint, too, on top of it there.
Decided to buy the PGA and funnel all of the, or a lot of the tournaments that, coincidentally, Donald Trump's golf courses.
Back to Donald Trump again.
Right after he was in charge of policy with Saudi Arabia, you would be outraged by that.
So I don't understand this game of innuendo. I have no idea what facts you're referring to or not.
Okay, here, I'll give you another one. Because, okay, so you're saying hypotheticals, that's actually what's happening in the real world. But I'll give you another one. You said earlier that you're opposed to people taking super PAC money and you think that's corrupting and it makes them circus monkeys. Again, I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you, okay? So Sheldon Adelson gave over $100 million to pro-Trump super PACs. And then Donald Trump did all the things that
Donald Trump again.
Adelson asked them to do, including getting rid of corruption charges on him, including fighting against unions, including bringing back money from abroad. Sheldon Adelson's main money was in China, in Macau casinos, where he was able to bring it back at 8%.
Be with you. This is the system in both political parties that needs to end. Now, what did I say? From everybody, even the people I'm running against in this race, it is legal within the bounds of the law. I think we need to change the law so that we have an even-handed system where you don't have a special class of mega donor billionaires influencing what politicians do.
Okay, so you are clear. So you're saying it does apply to Trump. So Trump was corrupt when
he said it applies to everyone. You need to throw in his name yet again.
Took his super PACs took over $100 million in both elections from Sheldon Adelson.
I said the same thing I said at the very beginning. It is legal, and that's why we need to change it. We need to change the system where you do not want people to effectively have disproportionate influence on their politicians. So I agree on that. Change the law. What's the game you're?
So Donald Trump's corrupt then, right? So then he's corrupt. So he's corrupt then. We got you, right? We got you.
Trying to play.
No, I'm just trying to understand.
It's a corrupt system.
Yeah, and Donald Trump participated in that corrupt system.
They all participate in that corrupt system, dummy. All of them.
Someone is part of that corruption. That's okay. You're running against him. There's nothing wrong with that. I agree with you.
I really don't. Yeah, the level of obsession. I mean, the Trump derangement syndrome. It's really sad.
He's polling at 59%, brother. You're polling at 7%.
What's that have to do with your derangement?
What do you mean Trump derangement syndrome? Not only that, look,
in this country.
But Vivek, you're running against. He's the #1 Republican candidate. You're running against him. What do you mean obsession?
It's just befuddling that you refuse to call him out on anything.
How many times has George Soros?
It's befuddling how He's not even in office, and that's all you can talk about for the last 8 years.
The son visited Joe Biden in the White House.
Probably too many times for comfort.
Oh, okay, yeah, oh, yeah.
Who cares?
My point is,
we have no problem with calling that out.
My point is, it's not useful because you could do this for every politician in America.
That's right.
The fact of the matter. And so, as I said in the beginning, a lot of these are good people tainted by a broken system. Some of them aren't even good people. They exploit it. But most of them, I've learned, are good people tainted by a broken system. Fix the system. I'm not running against any of those candidates. I know you want me to think I'm running against Trump. I'm not running against any of those candidates. I'm running against that system. And I think that that's something that probably on a day where you're in line with your principles would agree with.
Interrupting, personal attacks, little semantic games. What a boring and unproductive way.
I think that's it, guys. What'd you think of all that? Anybody want to come on? Wait. Yeah, I can have you on. Anyone want to come on? Anybody agree with TYT in this video? It's the Zilla, the Scrubzilla, the Phila, the Philadelphia in the cheesesteak killer. 2 are starred. Why are they starred? Do what you like. Do how you like. Obsessed with destroying Trump. Dude, Trump's been in the news cycle for the last 3 or 4 decades, since I was a child. Everybody loved him. All the celebrities loved him. They all partied together. I believe he even knew Jeffrey Epstein, if I'm not mistaken. And he even, in a rally, said, "Oh, I know Jeffrey Epstein. He likes the ladies like I do." Yeah, guys like ladies. Thanks, Donald. You don't like them more. You just have more access because you have money. Outside of that, you're a very ugly, fat dude, bro. And if I'm calling you fat, bro, you're fat. Anyway, I think Trump has a chance. I think Trump could win this from jail. Anybody want to come on? Here, I'll put the link in the description. Invite, copy, and paste. Yeah. Ooh, this new background on, man. I'm liking it. At work today. You guys have any questions? Man, all these people who's paid subs don't talk a lot. Alrighty then. I don't know if I can make you a mod from StreamYard. Alrighty then. So let's find this hot. Trump probably could win from jail. I'm not joking. Money is everything. I've never really had a lot. I've had money when I had the restaurants. I got a little taste of wealth. And it was nice, but I'd throw away I'd light $1 billion on fire to have my wife. So some things are really priceless. So JT. So let's find this, stop sharing this, and then let's find the Trump's lawyer. Let's do image search. Where's she at? There's a bunch. Oh, wait, what? Wait. Oh, maybe I could just share the screen. Share, present, share screen. Do not show this crap again. Pins and needles. Vivek, Trump's lawyer Hannah, image search. There you are. Share. So we should be sharing now. There we are. Let's go back to that. Where is that at? No. Oh, it's right here. Is that his lawyer? Or is that his lawyer? Jenna Ellis. She's cute. Ew. Is that Rudy 911 Giuliani? What else we got here? Who is this? Hannah Brown's racism matters even more than Donald Trump's. That's her, Hannah Brown? Maybe I should put Hannah Brown in here. Oh boy. Oh, what a cutie. You know they're American when they got teeth like that, full set and white, pearly. What is it? What you got there? Some veneers? Girl, you know you better watch out. Yeah, she's attractive. Eyebrows on fleek. Nice cheekbones. Am I being misogynistic? Girl, you know you better watch out. Guys, some guys are only about that thing, that thing, that thing. What else did I want to show you? Remember the part of the video where Vivek, let's see if I go back here and share this one. Close that tab. What we got here? Shane here, guy. Close this tab. Trump's lawyer. We're done sharing that. Go back to here. Let's do some presenting. Share screen. And then you have Vivek. Share. So, in this video where he's like,
Donald Trump has broken about a dozen laws, and you'd say you'd pardon him on it.
Yes or no?
I don't think that's illegal. I do not.
You don't think that's illegal?
Laid out.
Okay, you don't value our democratic process. I mean, you just came on my show. You don't know my name. My name's Anna.
I don't actually. I thought it started Jenk. What's your name? The level of obsession. I mean, the Trump derangement syndrome. It's really sad.
He's polling at 59%, brother. You're polling at 7%. What do you mean Trump derangement syndrome?
Welcome back to Rattlesnake.
so there's that build up music, and it reminded me of this. Let's see here. It reminded me of this Sam Sadler video. Oh, what's up, Scrubsy? Hold on. Watch this real quick, and I'll bring you in. So, all right, you guys can see that. So, I don't know if you've ever seen this, but this kid makes he made this dubstep. He just did it with his mouth, and then some DJ actually put music to it, and this is the result. And I was singing this and doing this for 2 weeks to my wife. She's like, "All right, enough."
Ba 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 ba. My name is I see a girl, she's really fit, I wanna take her home, 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 home, pins and needles, pins and needles, pins and needles. Pins and needles, right there, right there. Pins and needles, needles. Needles, pins, headphones, probably broken, probably broken. Why have I broken your headphones? This is a rolling Satan dubstep. Most insane dubstep yet. Most insane. Wada, pins and needles, pin, needles, pin, needles, pin, needles, pins, needles, pins, and needles, pins.
All right. Scrubzilla, it says your guest is an Android Chrome, which has a bug that causes echo. Google is working to fix it. For now, please ask your guests to wear headphones to avoid echo or use a different browser. We've also informed your guests. Did they inform you of this, sir? Was that funny, dude, or what? It says that it just keeps saying it. So I'm bringing you in and see what it sounds like. Let's get this off of here. Let's go this. Let's bring you in. What up, guy?
Is it bad? Can you hear me?
I don't hear any echo. You're a little low.
Dad, any better?
Yeah. How are you?
Doing well. How are you? Hey,
Pins and needles.
Honor to be on your show, man. Holy crap. John
Have you ever
Felix.
seen that video?
I have not, no. No.
What do you think?
The whole pussy shirt. Hey, but
Pussy.
that was just the pussy shirt, cherry on top. Cherry on top.
Who sits around and does dubstep like wah, 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 wah. The guy did a whole song.
You'd be surprised, man. You'd be surprised. There's a lot of people that are very skilled and you'd never know it. You'd never know it.
I see a girl. She's really fit. She's really fit. I want to take her home. Anyway.
See, but anyone could be skilled like that. It's you blow your mind, and yeah, someone like he looked like maybe his autism or I don't know,
he does have something
handicap
going on,
or something going on.
His other
blow your mind.
There's something up.
He said it was odd.
Where are you from, bro?
I'm originally from Colorado and lived most of my life there in Montana. I live in Iowa right now.
Iowa. You keep getting colder and colder.
Yeah.
How you like that weather up there, man? Sucks, don't it?
It don't get colder and colder. No, Montana's like -40. Shit. Out here, you might see -10s.
You ever been down to Florida before?
I've been to Florida when I was a child, but beyond that, no.
So what do you do, man?
My mom died when I was a kid. My dad bought me to Disneyland to cheer me up.
Right on.
That was my trip to Florida.
Right.
Beyond that, no.
So you live in Iowa now?
Yeah.
Whoa, what happened? You just fell right out of the stream, bro. Pins and needles, pins and needles, pins and needles.
Oop.
There you go. You fell out for a second.
Yeah, I fell out. Not a whole lot going on here. Lots of corn, agriculture, mono-agriculture. So
caucuses.
Yep, caucuses, hay rides. You know,
festivals.
They got the races. You know, I can steer left better than you.
Yeah, NASCAR, candy apples.
Steer left better than you.
Kettle corn.
Kettle corn, yep.
You got a lot to say. I said you got a lot to say, man. Oh, okay.
Keep going. Try to keep the conversation going.
Give me something to work with, bro. I gotta pry it out of you.
Well, I know you're in I know you're in Florida. You've been there your whole life. What do I do for work? I was a senior project manager for over a decade until I got malpractice.
Ooh.
And yeah, I'm going through a rough bout of sickness right now, and I need surgery really bad. So hopefully the laparoscopic kind, but that's probably not looking too good. So more like the 6 to 10 feet of intestine kind.
Well, they're gonna take out that much?
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that, dude. Is that why you kind of look gloomy?
Probably.
Yeah. When's that
Well,
happening?
yeah. That's the $1 billion question, isn't it?
Oh, you don't know yourself?
I don't know. I'm on life-saving antibiotics every single day until they're sending me. I saw. Okay, so I'll put it this way. I went to a surgeon on the 2nd of November, and he was like, "I don't even want to touch you, dude. Like you're so messed up, and you have so much scar tissue to the point that I'm sending you to the university and to people that have much better machinery and better technology and things like that to take care of you because it ain't through. I don't want to put you through anything else worse. So you're gonna go see these guys. Basically, what he told me.
I'm sorry to hear that, man. What's the sickness, if you don't mind?
It's so it's diverticulitis and pancreatitis.
Oh wow. So what? They might have to take out your liver too, huh?
I don't know. Liver's okay.
My buddies
Liver's
had
okay.
pancreatitis, and they took out.
If anything, it'd be gallbladder, but no, all that's gonna be okay. It's just my large intestine and part of my colon.
I'm sorry, man. I love you, bro.
Hey, one love. I love you long time. Thank you. No, I
Love you long
appreciate that.
time. Yeah.
I'm not trying to come on the John Felix show and talk about that. You
Okay.
asked, so I
How'd you
answered.
find?
You
How'd you
asked, so I
find me?
answered.
How about this? How you find me? We'll make it go back up.
You've been one of the first auditors I've ever watched from long time ago, man. I want to say like 2014, 2015.
Really?
Yeah, like I think
Wow.
like
Were you
you,
watching when
Johnny
I was doing
50, James Freeman, like I used to watch you guys, and you guys got me started.
That's a very flattering, man.
Yeah, I've always admired you, bro. And that's why I always jump in anytime I can, and
You realize I was
I
the
pay the membership, and
what?
you're the OG, man. You're the OG to me. Like
Hey, how
I'm
come
over
my
here like starstruck, man. Like
why?
honestly, it's really
Dude,
cool to meet you, man. It really is.
how come my wife don't act like this?
Give my wife because she sees you every fucking day.
Yeah, that's right. She takes me for granted. She takes me for granted. So she's like on the phone. She don't even care. So right on, dude. What can I say, dude? I can't thank you enough. I'm flattered. I'm flattered when I get stopped in public. I'm flattered. I'm
Hey,
not
never
worthy.
mind. Yeah, yeah. No, it's cool. It's cool to see you. You're an OG and a big part of this movement as far as I'm concerned in my eyes. Dude, you're huge, and I don't understand. You got like 250,000 subs, and there's like what 60, 90, 100 people in here. I don't even know.
I don't
It's
know, but
crazy.
ever since the Masshole report and Gary Snow went to town on my channel and got it demonetized, the algorithm forgets who you are. So that's why I'm doing these. That's why I'm trying this members only. We can sit here, we can cuss, you can say whatever you want. I don't care if I have an advertiser. I'm not going to monetize it. I'm not going to publish it. I could already tell that some people were mad that it was going to be members only, but you guys deserve something extra too for being members. And it's even though it's $1, $1's a dollar, man. It matters. They all
Yeah,
matter.
I even won the flashlight from you. Remember?
The what? Oh, did you really?
Yeah, I got the
Which one? Which
I
one?
got the flash. I got the through night. The little guy, the little powerful guy. The
Yeah,
through
how
night.
is it?
It's badass.
Isn't it
Badass
awesome,
little
dude? It's
light.
unbelievable.
I'd go grab it, but it's in the room with my girl next to my shotgun.
Right on, brother. I'm glad you like it.
So yeah,
So
no, that thing's bad.
So when I was growing
Appreciate
up,
that too. And yeah, you guys subscribe for $1. Fuck, you throw your flashlight in time. Shit.
these are
It's
everyone in
just,
here is a subscriber
I
already.
never win anything, dude. And I'm not a lucky guy. Luck is not on my side, but goddamn, did I win a flashlight? And that was like,
If luck was in his reach, he'd have no fucking arms.
that was such a great day for. I was like, holy shit. I've been a member for like maybe 3-4 months, and I won a flashlight. Like that was cool.
I'm
That was
about to
really
give
cool.
away a black light one. It's a through night, but it's like a black light, so you could like you shine it at a $10 bill and it starts glowing. So I was the
Okay.
kid growing up telling my friends' parents about there's no income tax law, the Federal Reserve, the Illuminati, the 9/11, the this, and I was crazy. And if that were true, it would be on TV. And it turns out it's all true. It just doesn't matter because no one's doing anything.
Well, what really matters is the social contract, and that's why all these things are happening to all of us. If you understand the social contract, you'll understand why everything is and everyone is the way they are. It's basically a contract. When you get your social security number, you're supposed to make X amount of dollars throughout your life to pay back on the social contract. Okay. And that's why you have a social security number. It's a bank note. This is basically the dumb version of it, that the way I can explain it. It's a bank note with your number on it, and you are a cattle branded with that number to make X amount of dollars in your life. And America can say, yes, this person will produce X amount of dollars, so we can say we can pay you back on this person's life with this X amount of dollars.
It's a tax ID.
And then they borrow money from other countries using it.
You're using future labor.
That's a super like dumbed down version of it.
Have you
The
ever
best I
seen
can explain it.
you ever seen the trend that was going on YouTube for a minute where you could you look at the back of your social security card and there'd be a letter which was a code to a specific Federal Reserve, and you had an account in your name and you just swap the numbers on the account and pay your bills with it?
No, you can do that. Yep. You give me the last 4 of your social. Oh wait, yeah. Go ahead. Sorry, excuse me.
No, I didn't mean to be rude, but you've heard of this?
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Anyway, I know
I
a
think
guy.
it relates to what I'm talking about.
I know a guy. I know him very well, and I watched him do this. He did what they said on the videos, and he went and paid his car payment, and went and paid a bunch of credit cards off, and it worked. It took the payment, but a few days later, they all charged back because they didn't understand what happened. They didn't understand why it went through. They were sending letters in the mail to this guy. So, and they put these two prominent people who came out with this in jail. So, stuff like that. That's again stuff like that. If you say that to an average American, what you just told me now, they would go home and they say, "Can you believe that crazy nutbag we met earlier at the restaurant or at the bar?" So you gotta figure out what level of
Did they touch you? Did they rub up against you? Did they?
who?
Well, these strangers and things like that. But no, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. But go ahead.
Interrupt all you want, bro.
No, but even
Or,
even
dude,
with like, for example, even if I had the last 4 of your social security number,
yeah,
I can still find out your social
uh-huh,
security number.
uh-huh.
If people ask you for that last 4, no, don't ever do that.
Right.
And that's why the government or insurance or whatever, they'll ask you for your last 4 because they can absolutely figure out the rest on you.
Right on, brother. All right, I'm running an hour.
What's you drinking there?
Huh?
What are you drinking there? What is that?
Fruit punch.
Cannonball?
Fruit punch. I don't drink alcohol. It's too strong.
Oh, okay.
So that's it, man. Thanks for coming on. You can come on again in the future. It's no big deal. It's just me chilling. Keep cutting out anyway. And I was trying to make fun of you by constantly being off screen like this, like you, but you weren't getting it.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Can you see yourself?
I do. Yeah.
You can't see yourself?
I'm trying to center, but is that better?
That's weird.
Can you see the screen? Follow my finger.
Yeah,
I appreciate you.
The stagnant
you have a good night, man.
Don't move your head. All right, man. Thank you for coming on, dude. And thanks for all your support.
Yeah, appreciate you, but one love.
Love you long time. See you. Anyone else want to come on real quick? Maybe a couple minutes. Otherwise, I'm Audi 500,000 million 224 billion. JT, what does that mean? Anyone? Bueller? All right, dude. What do you guys think of the first members only? Members only reaction stream live blah 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 blah. I hope you liked it. I don't know how many people are in here. Thanks for coming on, Scrubzilla. Thanks, Vivek like steak, for smoking and owning Anna Kasparian and Stank Uger. That's it, man. Have a good night. Peace, chicken grease, and tranquility.